I want to thank you all for coming. I know you probably can't hear me. This really isn't a microphone. It's just to go so that they can pick this up on the television. So anyway, I want to welcome you to the North Liberty Chamber lunch, and I want to thank Okoboji Grill for having us. Very good outcome. My name is Renda Green. I am the branch manager at the Iowa City U.S. Bank, and I'm also the chairperson for the chamber. And I want everybody from our steering committee to stand up, and we'll go around the room and introduce each other. Well, thank you. They are the ones that put these events on every month, and this is actually our last chamber event. Our last chamber lunch for the year, because in October we're going to have a joint roundtable with Iowa City and Coralville. So that will be the first Tuesday of the month. But I also want to thank everyone for the fun run. This is our second event of the year was the fun run that we just had on Sunday, and we had almost 360 runners. So every year we have added 60 to 100 new runners. So I want to thank everyone that was part of that and that came out. It was a rainy day, but we made it through it, and it was really fun this year because people showed up in costumes, and $100 of that goes to the school that had the most participants, and I think we're still waiting. I also had forgotten to thank our 2011 premier sponsor, which is the Iowa Donor Network. As Iowa's sole organ procurement agency, Iowa Donor Network handles organ and tissue recovery and serves as the state's primary contact for organ, tissue, and eye donations. The Iowa Donor Network's main office is located right here in North Liberty, and the nonprofit agency works with more than 100 hospitals across the state of Iowa. All right. I think, Sally, there you are. Sally Setzman, do you want to come up and give us a briefing on Johnson County?
Thank you. I just wanted to mention a couple of things. One thing is that the Board of Supervisors, every 10 years, with the redistricting process, we have to approve precincts for areas, the unincorporated area as well as the towns. And because of all the growth in North Liberty will be having 4 more precincts this year. So you went from 2 precincts to 4. So look for that in your next election. All the information about the election and the precincts is listed on the Johnson County Auditor's page. Also, the sheriff will be discontinuing his contract with the city of North Liberty. I think you all are well aware that your police department has grown to the point where you no longer need to contract with the sheriff of Johnson County. It's been a good relationship that we've had with the sheriff and the city of North Liberty, and this is happening just exactly the way it's supposed to happen. The contract with the sheriff's department we're required to do until a city gets big enough that they have their own police department. And so it's followed just exactly the right path, and so we have prepared knowing that this day would come. And so congratulations to North Liberty and having your own complete police department. We're going to start the budget process. It's going to be an interesting year with a lot of changes going on at the state level. I think you may be aware of the changes that happened with apartments now being able to be listed as co-ops, and the impact that will have on property tax, depending which side of the property tax you're on, but it will have an impact on local governments. Wanted just to mention from Treasurer Tom Kriz, property taxes are due at the end of the month, and that surprisingly they're way ahead of schedule. People have been paying their property taxes early and have been paying for the whole year. And according to Tom, he thinks it's a reflection of the low interest rates and that people just feel they might as well pay their property taxes, so that's kind of a different trend. And also motor vehicle registrations are way up in Johnson County, so I think that's a couple of good indicators about economic strength in Johnson County. That's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Sally. Now we have Cheryl Kaplinger with the City of North Liberty.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you can hear me in the back. I'll try and talk loud so you can hear me. I don't really have that many updates today. But I do want to note about Jones Boulevard and Penn. The stoplight is now activated on there with a yellow flashing turn signal. Several of those turn signals already exist in the area, but I want to let you know that turn signal has now been activated and is working. Construction on Penn Street is pretty much done, but Jones Boulevard is working through the end of the year. If we end up having a frost or some bad weather, that construction project on Jones could go through until the spring. So other than that, a lot of our street projects are nearing completion. The Dubuque Street Trail is pretty much coming near its completion. Here comes food. The Gulf View extension is probably going to be done within October or November. And once we have that complete, we'll send out notices to everyone and let them know. And we will start our Highway 965 project, not this summer, but next, due to some funds that we were awarded that have to come after the next fiscal year. So keep your eyes open for when that's going to happen. And as always, we invite people to visit northlibertyiowa.org for updates, and also friend us on Facebook. Nick keeps regular updates on there, and also I wanted to let everyone know that the roundtable, as Renda mentioned, is going to be earlier than it usually is. It's going to be on October 3rd, and it's going to be a joint one with Iowa City and Coralville, and it's going to be as an expansion and note to the facility at Carver. So we invite you to join us at Carver here in just a few weeks to look at that new space. The final thing I'll say is not on behalf of the city, but on behalf of the Iowa City Community School District, and that is that the Garner Playground is going to be installed next weekend, and they need help installing that. So if you can visit their website, find out more details to help them install. It's a playground that is very handicap accessible, and they'd like some assistance installing it. So thank you very much, and have a great day.
All right, thank you, Cheryl. Now we have Rebecca Needs from the chamber.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I just wanted to remind you about a couple of events coming up. Tomorrow we have our Business PM. It is at Billiam Automotive in Iowa City, and it's from 4:30 to 6. So come on out and network with your colleagues and friends here and make a few new connections. In addition to that, on October 13th, we have the Expert Edge Seminar. And customer service is really what can make the difference between having a successful business and one that doesn't succeed. And so we encourage you to join us for our Expert Edge seminar and go online at iowacityaria.com to register. Thanks for coming out this afternoon. Renda?
Now we would like to introduce our guest speakers for today. They're from MediaCom. It would be Ty Carnell and Paul Cahill. You want to come on up?
Thanks to Cheryl and Renda and team for having us out today. A little bit about myself. My name's Ty, and I work with MediaCom. And a little bit about the company. We're the 8th largest internet and cable provider in the nation. But having said that, we also like to let people know that even though we're the 8th largest, we also have 500 people that work just within this area. So if there are ever any questions or anything you need to know, don't ever hesitate to call myself or Paul or anyone you meet on the street from MediaCom. So we'd be happy to help. So also want to let you know a little bit about some updates and upgrades that we've done recently to our infrastructure. If you live in the area, you may be aware that in March we finalized our digital upgrade. And what that did so far was to provide on the residential side and business side for TV more HD channels. We took a bunch of analog bandwidth and moved it to digital to free up space. So by the end of the year, we should have up to 100 HD channels, which will give you a lot of choice of your favorite HD. And the other thing we're really excited about is our fastest internet in Iowa, and it's actually the fastest internet in the nation with 105. Now the interesting thing about 105 megabit internet is that we've been around for 10 years in this area, and when we first got here as MediaCom, we were thinking, how are people going to use 1 meg or 3 meg? But the time develops, and you end up finding reasons to use that advanced bandwidth. Now everything runs through internet, your TV, your game consoles, your Wii, your iPads, your phones, and things like that. So as we're expanding and developing, we want to try to partner with you guys as this area is definitely expanding and developing. And to that point, I'll have Paul Cahill talk a little bit about the business side of our service offerings.
Hi, so thank you very much for inviting me here. Again, my name's Paul Cahill, and as you probably know, I'm from Minnesota. wanted to really talk a little bit about MediaCom and some of the changes within MediaCom, particularly in the business world. MediaCom business has been around for several years, but really it was an afterthought. Over the last 12 months, MediaCom created the MediaCom business organization from the corporate level down, and hired several significant new players within our organization that really create the strategy for MediaCom business. Within a 3-month period, we were so successful selling our phone, internet, and video products that our organization grew from 8 salespeople to now we have 18 salespeople within the North Central Iowa area out selling. And if we look at this region, the Cedar Rapids, the North Liberty, and the Iowa, we have 6 salespeople within this region out selling. I want to also talk about the strategy to make us a serious player in the business world. We also grew our support section, our BTSC section, that are able to help support trouble tickets, issues, the 1-800 number that you typically get. We also grew the BTAC organization, so we sort of created 2 organizations that are going to help people in the field with any trouble tickets or trouble issues that they have. When we look at where we've been so far, typically we were selling phone and our HSD internet, and to be quite honest, we were very successful selling both of them in the region against strong competition out there. We were very successful. Our revenues have grown significantly. I would say probably double digits month over month, and we've been so successful now within that region that MediaCom business has now encompassed what is called enterprise. They brought that into MediaCom business, so now we're able to sell fiber and PRI out into all businesses within all regions. The reason I tell you this is to show you that we've gone from a small entity that really was an add-on to a serious player within 6 regions. The MediaCom business, as it's called, MediaCom means business, throughout all 6 regions, which is Minnesota, Central Iowa, West Iowa, Georgia and Florida, and also E3 High, has seen significant growth in them regions, both in the business world. There was a great need for us, and we were able to step up to the plate and to be able to fulfill that need. I know the time's short, and if people want to talk a little bit more about the strategic growth of MediaCom, I'll be around for probably 15-20 minutes, and we'll be able to do that. And also I've got some business cards. So thank you very much for your time.
All right, thank you very much. I know that we were going to have Mike Waltz speak. He's the owner of Okoboji Grill, and he said that this is his 2nd busiest lunch since he opened, for the grand opening. So he's very excited that we all came out today. But with that, he's also very busy, so he's not able to attend or to speak. But he did want me to mention that every day, 7 days a week, 3 to 7, they have happy hour, and that includes half-price drinks. So he really would love for you to pass the word around and to come and support his business. I also want to announce one more time, I know we probably talked about this 3 times, but we would like you to join us Tuesday, October 3rd. Is Tuesday or is it Monday? October 3rd. Do we know for the joint roundtable? Because I was told on a Monday, but this says Tuesday, so I just want to clarify. It's a Monday? Okay, that's okay. So it's really Monday, October 3rd from noon to 1 p.m. Okay, it'll be the first chance to see the newly renovated Carver Hawkeye Arena at the Chamber's Joint Coralville, Iowa City, North Liberty Roundtable. More than 165 Chamber members and city, county, and state government leaders attended the Joint Roundtable in March, and we anticipate an equally successful turnout. So stay tuned for an email announcement, and don't forget to mark your calendar now. Please also note that today is the final North Liberty Roundtable for 2011. We will resume regular lunches in January of 2012. But we will have our North Liberty Chamber, our banquet, and that will be the first Thursday of November. So it'll be at South Slope once again. So just mark your calendar, but we'll keep you posted with invitations and emails. So, all right, thank you very much for coming.